The man who refused to start. World War III. September 26, 1983. 2 a.m. Deep beneath the ground, inside a secret Soviet military bunker, one man watched a screen that could decide the fate of humanity. A red warning light appeared. Then another. Then another. The computer had detected something impossible. American nuclear missiles were heading toward the Soviet Union. The attack had begun. At least, that's what the machine was saying. In a few minutes, Soviet leaders could make a decision that would change the world forever. A decision that could unleash thousands of nuclear weapons. A decision that could kill millions of people. And the man sitting in front of that screen had only one choice: believe the system or trust himself. His name was Stanislav Petrov. And on that night, one ordinary officer stood between humanity and a possible nuclear war. The year was 1983. The Cold War had turned the planet into a battlefield without bullets. The United States and the Soviet Union were the two most powerful nations on Earth. Both had thousands of nuclear weapons. Both knew that a full-scale war would not create a winner. It would create destruction on a scale humanity had never experienced. But despite this terrifying reality, both sides lived with the same fear. What if the enemy attacks first? That fear created a dangerous game. Every radar signal mattered. Every unusual movement mattered. Every mistake could become the last mistake. Stanislav Petrov was not a famous military leader. He was not a politician. He was simply an officer responsible for monitoring the Soviet Union's early warning system. His job was to watch for one thing: a nuclear attack. If American missiles were launched, his responsibility was to immediately report it to his superiors. The Soviet response would begin. There was no time for long discussions, no time for second chances. The system had been designed to react quickly, but nobody expected what would happen next. Shortly after midnight, the alarm sounded. Petrov looked at the screen. A message appeared. Missile launch detected. For a moment, nobody moved. The bunker was silent. Then another message appeared. A second missile. Then a third. Then a fourth. Then a fifth. The system was reporting that 5 American nuclear missiles were flying toward Soviet territory. The impossible had happened. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. Petrov now faced a decision that had no safe option. If he reported the attack and it was real, he was following orders. But if he reported the attack and it was full, the Soviet Union could launch a nuclear response against the United States. And once those missiles left their launch sites, there would be no way to bring them back. Millions of people could die because of one message, one sentence, one man. The people around Petrov expected him to follow the procedure. The computer said there was an attack. The warning system had detected missiles. The rules were clear, but something didn't make sense. Petrov knew how a real nuclear attack would probably look. Why would the United States launch only 5 missiles? A first strike would likely involve hundreds. Thousands? Not 5. The numbers didn't match. The machine was confident, but Petrov wasn't. Seconds passed. The alarms continued. The entire bunker waited. Petrov later admitted that he felt enormous pressure. He knew that if he was wrong, history would remember him for the worst reason possible. But he also knew something else. Machines could fail. People could fail. And sometimes, following the rules could be more dangerous than breaking them. Then Petrov made his decision. He reported the warning as a false alarm. He refused to confirm a nuclear attack. He trusted his own judgment instead of the computer. And the world waited. Minutes passed. No missiles arrived. No explosions. No nuclear war. The system had been wrong. The Soviet satellites had mistaken sunlight reflecting from clouds for missile launches. Humanity had not escaped a war. Humanity had escaped a mistake. The strange part of this story is what happened next. Stanislav Petrov did not become an international hero. The Soviet Union kept the incident secret. The military was embarrassed that its expensive warning system had failed. Petrov was questioned and later moved away from important positions. For years, almost nobody outside the Soviet Union knew his name. Decades later, the story finally became public. The world discovered that on one night in 1983, a single officer had made a decision that may have prevented a nuclear catastrophe. When people asked Petrov if he considered himself a hero, his answer was simple. He said he was just doing his job. Maybe that is the most remarkable part.